Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be teaching you the easiest way to solve a 3x3 Rubik's Cube, and this is a beginner method tutorial, so let's jump right into it. Introduction. So for starters, the pieces that have only one color on them are center pieces, the pieces that have two colors on them are edge pieces, and the ones that have three colors on them are corner pieces. So with that in mind, let's move on. Number 1, the white cross. So the first step is the white cross, and we basically have to make a plus sign on the cube. So the first thing you want to do is look for the white center and keep that facing the top layer. So the next thing you want to do is look on the bottom for edge pieces that have white on them. So I'll look around for an edge piece, and there's one right here and it has white on it, and the other color is orange. So you want to bring whatever color it has to its corresponding centerpiece. So this has orange, so I'll just bring it to the centerpiece that has orange on it and bring it up like this. So now, as you can see, this is lining up. So the next step, again, just look on the bottom for a piece that has white on it. So this has green, so bring it to the green center, and then you can just bring this up. So now half the cross is done. Then look on the bottom layer for another one, and this is already aligned, white, red, with its red center, so you can just bring it up like that. And then this one is already aligned too, so you can again bring it up, and there we go. So there are two special cases that are possible. The first one is where the edge is flipped. So you look on the bottom and you find an edge piece with white on it, and it also has blue. So you bring it to the blue center and you bring this up, but oh no, it's flipped. So what you want to do here is turn it so that it comes to the side like this. Then you want to turn the top layer this way, like that. Then you want to bring this right side up and then undo that move. So just do that. And as you can see, the edge has corrected itself and now it's good. So the next special case that might happen is that you look on the bottom for an edge piece that has white on it, but it's not there. So that means it's stuck somewhere in the middle. So you look around and it's right here. So what you want to do is just bring the layer down like this and move it out of the way so that when you bring it up, it doesn't get caught. And now you can proceed with the steps. Number 2, white corners. So for the next step, we need to align the white corners. Like this is an example. You have to make a layer like this, and we made the cross already. You have to just align the corners so that you make one layer. So to solve the white corners, you need to know a 4-move algorithm, and it's really easy and you can do it really fast too. So let me tell you what the algorithm is. So you basically bring the right layer up with your right hand, so R, and then you push with your index finger, U, and then you bring it back down like this, and then you push the top layer back, so like this. And keep practicing this sequence of moves until you can do it fast and you're ready to move on. So now you need to look for corner pieces, the ones with 3 colors on them. You need to look for them, the pieces that have white on it, because we're having white. And one thing you need to keep in mind is that after you're finished with the cross, you need to flip the cube upside down so that the cross is facing the bottom. So just look for a piece that has white on it. So like this one, this has white, orange, and green. So it needs to go in the orange and green area. So you need to bring it to the top right of where it needs to go, like this. And you don't hold the cube like this. You want to hold it so that it's at the top right, as shown in the video. And you want to do that 4-move sequence. One thing I'm going to say one last time, it should be above the spot where it needs to go. So do the sequence, R, U, R prime, U prime. So now as you can see, the corner, it was over here, so it went here. And as you can see, it made a block like this. So this is what we want, and we basically have to do this 3 more times on the other spaces. So now for another corner, this one has blue, red, and white. It should have white on it all the time. So since it has blue and red on it, you want to bring it between blue and red. You have to bring it between blue and red, and again, it has to be at the top right, as shown here. And you might have to do the 4-move sequence a few times to get it here. In this case, we might have to do it more than once. So we bring the right side up, U, right side down, and then undo that move. And it didn't go in the right spot, so do it again. And it still didn't go, so do it one last time. And as you can see, it has put itself in the right spot again. So let's look for another corner piece, and this has white, green, and red on it, and it's already between green and red, so we can just do the 4-move sequence. R, U, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, U prime, and one last time. And as you can see, it has gone in the bottom, and now we only have one corner left and we'll be done with the layer. By the way, if you don't know what I mean by R, U, and any of those notations, be sure to click on this video because I explain all of those in a descriptive way. So let's just put our last corner where it needs to go. So this has white, blue, and orange on it. So we look for the blue-orange, which is right here, and we put the corner between these two colors, and it should be at the top right. And we do the sequence of moves like this. And you really need to memorize the sequence of moves because we will use it again and again to solve the cube in many steps. It is required, so it's advisable you should learn it. You don't have to, but it'll help you and you'll be faster. So we'll do it again, and one more time, R, U, R prime, U prime. So now, as you can see, we have successfully made a layer. If a corner piece that has white on it is stuck on the bottom somewhere, then you just hold it like this so that it's on the bottom right, and you basically do that 4-move sequence again. So bring the right side up, do the top side this way, the right side down, and then undo that move, and it'll come to the top, and then you can continue with doing the same algorithm. Number 3, the second layer. So now that we made the first layer, it's kind of obvious that we have to make the second layer. So it just on top of this one, and it wraps around these center pieces. So for that, we need to look on the top layer for a piece that does not have yellow on it, because yellow is the color on the top, and we want one of these colors. So let's look for an edge piece. Okay, so this one has green and red, the green and red colors on it, and it doesn't have any yellow colors, so we can use this one. So the colors that's facing you want to bring it to the respective center. So this is green, so you want to bring it to the green center like this. So now we need to put this edge piece over here because it should be like green, red, as you can kind of visualize it in your mind. So there are basic 2 algorithms that you need to know. One algorithm is for inserting the edge on the left side, and one is for inserting it to the right side. So in this case, we need to put it on the left side. So for that, we need to do this algorithm. And if you don't want to memorize the algorithms, you can just memorize the way your fingers move. So you do U prime and move this edge away from where it needs to go. Then you bring the left side up. So that's basically L prime. Then you undo that move like that. And then you undo this move and bring the left side down. Now all you need to do is turn the top layer this way, U. Then you have to turn the front layer this way, so counterclockwise, clockwise, sorry. then you do another U prime, and then undo that move. So with a counterclockwise. So as you can see, the green-red piece has inserted itself safely over here. Now we just have to do 3 more times. Now let's do another piece on the second layer. So look on the top for a piece that doesn't have yellow on it. This is blue-yellow, so we can't use this. This has yellow on it, and this has yellow on it. So the only piece on the top we can use is blue and red. This piece right here. So again, we need to put it with this corresponding color. So blue's facing us, so we bring it to the blue center like this. And last time it had to go to the left side, but this time it has to go to the right. So the algorithm for putting it on the right is basically the opposite. So U, and again you move it away from where it needs to go. Bring the top side up, the right side up. So R, then U prime, R prime, and then the last few moves is U prime, and then you move the front layer counterclockwise this time, like this, then do a U, and then move it clockwise again. So as you can see, it has inserted itself again, and now we just have 2 left. So now we have 2 left. Let's look on the top layer. We have, this one has yellow on it, this one is yellow-orange, so we can't use it. This is yellow-green, so we can't use this one, and this one is green-orange. So yes, we can use this one because it does not have yellow on it. It's already matched to its centerpiece, and this time it needs to go to the right side again. So we use the same algorithm as the previous one to move it to the right side. So U, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, then move the front layer like this, then U, and then move the front layer back, and it has inserted itself safely. You might have to experiment and try to solve the second layer, but if you know that main algorithm, you'll be able to do it in no time. One thing that could happen is that you look on the top layer, but then all of the edge pieces have yellow on them. So in that case, it might be over here, but it's flipped. So what you want to do when it's flipped like that is hold it anywhere like this. And if you hold it here, then you'll have to do the left side algorithm. And if you hold it here, we'll have to do the right side algorithm. And what I'm basically saying is that when you do the algorithm, the piece here transfers to here. So basically this gets out. We need to remove this from where it is right now. So when we do the algorithm, this will get out from where it is and it'll be somewhere here, and then we can just insert it normally. So let's test that out. I'll do the right side algorithm like this. So as you can see, it was over here, but now it's not here anymore. So, and it's right here. So we just do the steps again. So bring orange to its centerpiece like this, and it needs to go to the right. So we do the right move algorithm, just like that. Another thing that could happen is that you look on the top layer again, but all the edge pieces have yellow on them. So what could have happened is that 2 or more pieces got stuck in the wrong spot. So you basically do the same thing. You can take one of them out like this using the same algorithm like this, and it'll come on the top layer, and then you can insert it where it needs to go using the same exact algorithm like this, and then you can put the last one in like that. So for reference, you can look at these 2 algorithms for the second layer. Number 4, the yellow cross. So after you're done with the second layer, the next step to do is the top cross, or the yellow cross, because in this case we are using white here, so yellow will be here. So the first case you can get is you have to ignore the corner pieces and just look at the centers and the edges. So in this case, we have only one on the top, so it's basically the dot case. So in that case, you can hold it anywhere, and you have to do this set of moves. First, turn the front layer clockwise, then do the 4-move sequence that we talked about earlier. So like this, then undo that front move, so like that. Now you'll get this hook case, and it looks like a hook. So when you get this, you want to put it at the top left over here, and when it's over here, you can do the same algorithm again. So turn the front layer clockwise, do the 4-move sequence like this, and then turn the front layer back. And when you get the line case, remember to ignore the corners. When you get the line case, make sure you're not holding it like this. Make sure it's not vertical. So if it's horizontal, then you can do the same thing again like this. Then the 4-move sequence, and undo that. And now you'll have the yellow cross done. Number 5, the edges. So after you've done the yellow cross, the next step is to orient the edges like this. So you'll what you want to do first is look at the edges and line them up so that most of the colors are in the right spot. So this is the okay, so let me just show you guys an example. If you turn it like this, you have one color that matches, but the others don't. So if we turn it again like this, none of the colors match. And if we turn it again, one color matches, that's red. And if we turn it one more time, we have 2 colors that match. So you'll either have all 4 colors that match, and that's basically what you want. So if you have all 4, you can move on to the next step. But if you only have 2, then you'll have to do the step which I'm showing right now. So the 2 that are next to each other like this, you want to make sure those are at they're behind and they're at the right. Sometimes you'll have 2 but they're opposite from each other, and if they're opposite from each other, you'll do this algorithm anywhere. So basically what we're trying to do is switch these 2 without harming these ones. So you bring the right side up, then you turn the top layer this way, and then you bring the right side back down, and you turn the top layer this way again. You bring the right side up again, then this time you turn the top layer twice, so you 2, and then you bring the right layer down. And the next thing you need to do, the last move, is just turn the top layer once. So as you can see, these 2 have switched and these 2 remained untouched. So once you've gotten these edges oriented, you can move on to the next step. So sometimes you might also get this case where you turn the top layer once and you look around and there are 2 edges that are in the right spot, except they are opposite from each other and the other 2 are scrambled up. So when they're opposite from each other, you can do the same algorithm anywhere. We'll just do it on this side. So you bring the right side up, so R, then you move the top layer, U, and you bring the right side down again, and you move the top layer again, and finally you bring the right side up, move the top layer 2 times, bring the right side down, and the last step is just twist the top layer like this way. So now as you can see, it got scrambled up, so just twist it again to see if they are now diagonal from each other, and as you can see, now they are. So you can put this at the back right and do the same algorithm. Turn the top layer and then like that. So now it takes a bit longer time, but now the edges are oriented. Number 6, orientation of yellow corners. So the next step is to orient the yellow corners. So the first thing you have to do is hold the cube anywhere you want, and without twisting the top layer, just look at each corner piece and check if it's in the right spot. So first you can pick a random one. We'll start with this. So this has yellow, green, and orange on it. But as you can see, it is not where it should be, because if it's yellow, green, orange, it should be between green and orange, but this is green and red. So this is in the wrong spot. Now let's pick another one. This has yellow, blue, and red on it. And this is also in the wrong spot, because there aren't any blue or red colors. It's not between blue or red. Now let's pick this one. Yellow, blue, orange. Now this is in the right spot because blue and orange is on this piece, and this piece is between the blue and orange centerpieces. So this is in the right spot. So we don't have any other pieces that are in the right spot except for this one, because as you can see here, this has red and green, and this is blue, not green. So hold the cube so that the corner piece that's in the right spot is on the top right as shown here in the video, and you have to do this algorithm. Turn the top layer once this way, so then turn the right side up, and then undo that top move, so this way, and this time you just have to turn the left side up and turn the top layer again this way, and you basically do the reverse of that. So bring the right side down, turn the top layer, and bring the left side down. Now basically what that did is it switched all of these corners, but it didn't change this one from its spot. That's why you need to keep it on the top right so that it does not change. Now we can check the corner pieces. This one is obviously in the right spot because this makes a block. This one has yellow, green, and red on it, so it's between green and red. And by the way, you can ignore yellow because it's the top color. This has yellow, green, and orange on it, and it's between green and orange, so this is in the right spot. And this has yellow, blue, and orange on it, and obviously we already know this is in the right spot. And you might not see something like this, but as long as it's where it should be, it doesn't have to be twisted, then you can proceed. Number 7, solve the cube. The next and the last step is to basically solve the rest of the corner pieces. So to do that, you need to flip the cube over like this, so that the bottom side is now facing upward. And you need to do that 4-move sequence that I taught in the beginning of the video. So hold it, and you need to look right here at the bottom right, like you can see in the video. So hold it so that an unsolved corner is over there, and what I mean by that is this is an unsolved corner because it's not in the right spots. So like it should be like this, so it's not solved. Whereas this one is solved, so you don't want to hold the cube where this one is on the bottom right, because this is already in the right spot. So hold the cube like this, so an unsolved corner is at the bottom, and do the 4-move sequence. So R, U, R prime, U prime. And do it again because this yellow piece needs to go to the bottom. So R, U, R prime, U prime. So you might need to do it a few times until it gets solved in the bottom, and don't worry about the rest. It'll solve itself if you keep doing this step. And what you don't want to turn the cube like this and start with this one, because that will scramble your entire cube. Instead, just turn the bottom layer so that a new unsolved piece comes to the bottom. Now you can do the same 4-move sequence again. So R, U, R prime, U prime. And it didn't get solved, so again, R, U, R prime, u prime. Now it is solved. We only have one corner left, and after we've solved that, the cube will get solved. So turn the bottom layer again, so the unsolved slot is at the bottom right, and do the for move sequence again. So R, U, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, U prime. And as you can see, the cube is almost solved. All you have to do, you may have to just align the rest of the layers. And yeah, there you go. You've solved your first 3x3. So now that the cube is solved, please consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, and hit that like button. That would be greatly appreciated. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next video.